Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Hi, Music Aaron Diana, Estella W, Mary Johnson, Lauren Hibbert. I hope everyone is well. Sorry, today's Friday, one of those Fridays when I have to start early because of, well, they come to help me. We got to keep the place clean, you know. I'm not really good at it. I run unconditional love tarot. Yes. Uh, if anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmedo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. The number is below the video. So, hi, Christina. Okay. You know, thank you, Diana. I appreciate the support. I think that's what I have for today. I mean, my little spiel that I have to do before I get going, because once I get going, once I get on here, you know, I lose track of things. There is one thing I have to say, and I focus too much on Vivek, and I forget that. Well, I think I've said that not all Indians are like Vivek, but because, I don't know how many, I can't speak for other people, but I have met a couple of people like Vivek. They're arrogant, they insult everybody, and they have no sense of self awareness, And you can paint the whole, you know, Indian people with the same brush. That's not what I'm trying to do. I want to make sure, I think, I believe I said that. Not all Indians. They have, some of them has a caste issue, and if they feel they are superior when they are in India, when they come here, if they still continue with the same thing, and they even make the Indian compatriots, when they come to this country, suffer as well. They use them as slaves and all kinds of stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm not, if I come across that way, that's not what I mean. I am not painting all Indians with the same brush, because I know there are some very nice people down to earth and who have suffered from the Vivek like type of people. Just like right now, he's trying to inflict pain on the rest of us, but he won't succeed. Having said that, one of you asked me a question, and so since today is Friday, and on Fridays, I'll pick a question or a number of questions to answer. Posted a question asking me, do I really believe Trump will get in? My friends, I can misinterpret vision or something I get, okay, intuitively. I don't mean that's what this person is implying. I don't remember if it's a man or a woman who asked me the question, but I'm not saying the person is implying that, but I won't tell you something if I don't see it. And I know some of you are upset because you're still thinking that because I explained that yesterday or the day before yesterday, because I say I don't see Trump, and then I say he will get into the White House. They have two different, I said I don't see him. That means he can be in the White House, but he's not in charge. And obviously we see what's happening. But unfortunately, I'm not going to tell you or, give you some baloney. He's going to be there. He's going to make it. Okay. How effective he's going to be is a whole different story. I don't feel he's going to be very effective, but he has some people around him, like the Project 2025 people he hires, that are going to cause a lot of chaos. And let me tell you, the chaos has started, and the chaos is going to continue, and it's going to get worse. And but to answer the gentleman's question, unfortunately, Trump right now will walk over glass to get to the White House. And there are a number of reasons for that. He has Elon, Orban, and Putin, not really, she doesn't mind Trump being in the White House because that's his opportunity to kick us off the center stage, the world center stage, our leadership in the world. A lot of MAGA people have no idea how that works. They think they want to live in an island by themselves. They should go and try it alone before they try to impose their own beliefs on us. But Trump has a lot of motivation to continue doing what he's been wanting to do. It's going to take a little while, but this is going to fail beyond belief. And Republicans in the House, I believe I mentioned MAGA Mike. He's going to get the spot. Okay, because you have a bunch of people, representatives in the House. It's their career before the country. It's their party before the country. Not all of them. I don't want to paint everyone with the same brush now. Some of them, they don't see a choice. They don't see a way. They're not like Liz Cheney, who is not afraid to stand up. And I congratulate her yesterday. President Biden gave her the Medal of Honor. I feel she deserves it. She deserves it. It's well deserved because she stood up. But not everyone have that strength, moral character, that fortitude to stand up. But to go back to what I was saying, I don't want to get too distracted because I have to leave her. I have to keep it in check. MAGA Mike will make it. It may not be on the first round, okay, because Trump wants to be inaugurated. And do you guys remember I mentioned a dream where I saw a bunch of people chasing the MAGA crowd away from Washington, D.C.? Yesterday, I was thinking about that. After I had my stream and I was at the doctor's office, and I'm like, Trump wants to hold a rally in Washington, D.C. And I don't know how many of you remember, I explained to you how I saw a crowd of people standing up, and I saw non-MAGA people just rush and chase them away. I am wondering if we're not going to see some kind of clash, because I can confuse time and events, okay? I am hoping this is not it. I'm hoping it's the Trump presidency, because I know he's not going to last, but I'm not sure what's going to trigger it. But don't be surprised if this rally, so-called rally he wants to hold this coming the 19th, okay, doesn't end peacefully. Because I can confuse events. So that's one thing. The other thing is, I said to all of you, I believe I mentioned it yesterday, and also a few times before, that Trump is looking for opportunities to declare martial law. Senator Chris Murphy, according to an article I saw online, is raising the alarm over what actions Donald Trump will be urged to take in the aftermath of the New Orleans attack that left 14 dead and dozens injured as the country continued to grapple for answers. And the warning came Thursday as Republicans, led by Trump, continued to falsely claim that President Joe Biden's open border policy is to blame for authorities missing signs that could have thwarted the attack. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise of Louisiana suggested that diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, initiatives also played a role. And the reason why I read this headline in the first paragraph of that article for two reasons. I've been warning about this whole Trump shenanigan. Okay, he's looking for opportunity somewhere, somehow. And Republicans are praying for the same thing too, because they want to grab power and hold on to it. Like I said, Trump is a means to an end. Trump thinks, he's king. Yeah. My guy is already ticked off at him for a number of reasons, and he's not going to be able to solve all those grievances. They all have grievances, Instead of enjoying life, whatever they have, and try to do better, they don't. They blame others. So it's Trump's fault. So the fight will continue. But the other reason is, like I have said many times before, but it's becoming obvious to people like Senator Murphy and other lawmakers, and a whole bunch of other authorities, intellectuals, and the like. It's becoming obvious to them that Trump is following in Orban's footsteps, and that's why, if you see Steve Scalise blaming DEI because the gentleman is black, I don't see. He was in the military. I'm missing something here. I don't know I don't see the connection with anything that has to do with diversity, equity, and inclusion here. Maybe there is no explanation here for what he says this. But what I'm saying is Trump got into that bandwagon blaming immigrants for what happened in Louisiana. He wants to continue blaming immigrants. That's how Orban got to where he is at. Hungary is a economy and everything else is tanking. But according to an article, I'm not sure if it's that one or another one I read, you should see that guy is Orban's palace, when the rest of Hungary is just like going down, but his wealth and everything else. He's going to get hung, by the way. It's a matter of when. He thinks he's king just like Trump. He's hoping also Trump will help him when his day comes. But that's what Trump is trying to replicate in here, in this country. And to what degree I don't feel it. I can be wrong with time frame, but I have news for Trump and his enablers and his family, because they are all in this. A lot of people are waking up, even the MAGA. And I said MAGA would wake up a long time ago. I did not know what was going to trigger it, but they are beginning to wake up. And the price of eggs, I know a lot of them, misogyny, racism, they're blinded by that stuff. But they are going to be forced to face themselves and potentially what Trump can do to hurt them, or he's going to do to hurt them. A lot of them are waking up to those eventualities or possibilities. And others are blaming Trump, saying they don't want MAGA Mike, among others. Bunch of grievances. And Trump is not going to be able to manage all of it. He's going to continue to lie. And remember, guys, I told you, those of you who have been with me for a while, remember I said everything Trump has done is built on lies. And it's not going to work. This whole thing will collapse at some point. Intuitively, I feel like saying we are watching or witnessing the beginning of that collapse. And Trump holding that rally on Thursday, it is because he doesn't feel he's standing on firm ground. I'm not sure if I said that yesterday. He is terrified of the day when his base turn on him. So he has to do things thinking that's going to pacify them. And don't be surprised if he promises them tomorrow to put the squeeze on Democrats and everyone or anyone else who does anything against him and his MAGA, whatever. But none of those things will help Trump. And I'm glad Senator Murphy, I don't know if this was an interview. I don't remember if this was an interview or, yeah, he was talking to some media people and he made those statements. And he's not the only one the past few days who are waking up to the reality of what Trump is up to. And they are beginning, or at least, yeah, they are beginning to speak out. But if they were to listen to my little channel, I could have told them years ago of Trump's intentions, but they wouldn't believe me. I'm a psychic. Some people, even but since they see my name as Psychic Milo or something like that, journalists they won't even talk to me. There's a lawmaker. I asked her. I don't remember. I asked her. I says, "Would you mind being in my channel?" She ignored me. She didn't even reply to my tweet, but she answered to somebody else. But anyway, let's leave it that way. But I feel there's Trump and with the company of Elon. Some people around him, I don't know all the people who are around him, but that woman, chief of staff, has doubts. She's a hardcore Republican, and she's part of the people who want Republicans to stay in power. But there are other diehard people like Homan, because that's who I know. I don't want to know these people. I wouldn't even be friends with him. But I see him on TV and as part of the Trump team. These type of people, they think they have the liberty to hurt others. Watch how that's gonna come around and bite. Trump has immunity. They don't. I'm not saying that intuitively. I'm saying that because that's what I hear from people say and what I see coming for these people. Intuitively, my friends, it's going to be a rough start. We're going to hear some stuff that can get us really angry. Let go of it. I am very concerned too, but I try to remind myself how this thing is going to blow up in their faces. I know we are not there now, but I am very concerned about the 19th. Okay. I don't mean my concern is in terms of violence or anything is going to happen to the country. No, a couple of people, MAGA, it's things can be done to remove them. My concern is what Trump has in store for this country, how long it's going to take people to react and stop him, and also the way Trump is going to try to use the military. I don't feel the military will follow his orders. But like I said, he's looking for every opportunity to use martial law to get his way, to stay in power, and to continue to make right now, Trump, as we all know, money means anything and everything to him. And Elon Musk, that's around him. I'm going to give you an example because everyone can understand this. It's just like, if I see somebody driving, I'm not into Rolls Royce. I like them, I admire them, but I don't want one. My favorite car would be a Lamborghini. Okay, so when I see somebody with one, I'm like, wow, how do I go and make enough money to buy one of those? But Trump is in a whole new level. When he sees, because Elon Musk is around him, and Trump is in a position of power. He sees the other day when I was going to his place, I mean, not to his place, but to drive around so I could do some recording. Yeah, when was that? January 1st. I went around the Mar-a-Lago and I wanted to record to show, the way they black the streets and stuff like that. I did do some recording. I did record some videos. But anyway, I was focusing on him, on Trump and Elon and others. Trump is jealous of others, what others have. Before, he used to go and lie and do all kinds of stuff to make enough money, regardless of how he goes about doing it, borrowing it and whatever, okay? So he would do it like that in order for him to raise, how much money he has, or at least raise how much money he's worth. What's happening is right now he's competing. Not jealousy is not the right word. I've been competitive when it comes to money. Elon Musk around Trump. Elon Musk has a very sophisticated airplane. I have not seen it. That's what I'm feeling. Okay. In fact, I drove by the airport. I was looking to see if I could see it, but I don't know whether he was there or not. But Trump would like to have a personal airplane like that. And since he can't have it, he's going, at least not right now, because Elon has a lot more money than Trump. Trump feels like it's either he keeps Air Force One, okay, or while he can, he's going to try to make as much money as he possibly can. Him and his family, the order is to make as many deals, to bring in as much money as they possibly can, because they've been around once before. So they know, like I said a long time ago, those of you who have been with me for a long time, because I'm being shown that book, the Black Book. Remember, those of you who have been with me for a while, I said Ivanka and some in the family were going around collecting phone numbers of the very wealthy. Okay. I forgot to turn this off. Sorry, friends, but I'm not going to pick it up. Yeah, the very wealthy, the people with money. Okay. They, in order for them, when they are out of power, they could continue to call on these people, okay, to do business. Well, that's what they did. I never thought about that. That's what they did with the Saudis, and that's was part of Kushner's deals. He was working with Saudi Arabia, trying to get some kind of an accord or something going, okay, and the process of doing the country's business, he was doing his personal business as well. But he was collecting numbers. That's how he got that $2 billion. Yeah. So right now the order is, according to Trump and the family, they have to make as much money as they possibly can. And that's what they are doing. Because if Elon is worth almost 500 billion, and by the way, he's spoken to Elon about his share as well, because Elon is raking it. Tesla has lost money yesterday, or the share went down, and that was the first year since he bought Tesla, the company, from those two original owners, that they have lost market share. But Elon is making money in other ways, and there are a lot of ways he can make money. Trump wants his share. Okay, but the point intuitively I feel, Trump is competing with Elon. Elon around him really has some detrimental effect on Trump. Elon is pushing all the wrong buttons when it comes to Trump. If you can't do it, when you ask nicely, beat them around and get what you want, because that's what Elon does when in his companies. So he wants Trump to apply that to the country. I don't know how many of you know this. Elon pick up a new mantra now. If you, let's say for example, this week for the truck, that's ugly cyber looking, not cyber looking, that ugly truck he called the cyber truck, because of that person who's exploded, who killed himself, our military, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes as well. That's not a good thing. Now he learned something from Trump too. He's going to sue any media company who talk about in any way that he doesn't like. So it's a symbiotic, friendship, but Elon's influence on Trump will have more negative effect than what Elon has to pick up from Trump, because Trump has been doing this a lot longer than Elon, suing people. It's not that Elon didn't know it before, but Trump does it on a whole new level. So that's one thing Elon has picked up from Trump. But other things, like on the international arena, some of the stuff that he's telling Trump to do, and Orban is also telling Trump, Putin is sending him messages, and that's why we see Trump doing all the things that he's doing. All the threats he's making. Canada, Mexico, he wants to go after the cartels. He wants to annex that country in Europe. I don't remember which one it is. It's not Iceland, it's the other one. Something land. Sorry, friends. But you know what I mean. Okay. All those threats. Now, this morning, if I'm not mistaken, he's talking about he wants to open the North Sea. Okay. And he no longer wants, that's how he talks, wind power. This is going to get ridiculous. But intuitively, I feel Democrats don't know how to fight that fight. It's going to take us, the people, to rise up and demand that our representatives do something, and not only taking to the streets, because that's coming as well. That's why I'm confusing, or a bit confused, whether the 19th, the push that I see coming, is what my dream was all about. We'll find out if it's not it. But I feel there are two things here. I had that dream, and also intuitively, my eyes open, and I'm seeing things, I'm feeling things. So I don't know which one it's going to be, the 19th, or something that is coming down the road. But I don't have a good feeling about the 19th. There is no reason for Trump to have a rally. He won. That's why you hold rallies, to keep he wants to keep his followers primed for violence. But my friends, we are in dangerous territory. We simply have to stay strong and don't be afraid. We can win this. It's just that it's going to take it out of bravery. We can't just walk away and let people let Trump and his enablers scare us. But we'll get there. Let me see if there are questions. Maryland is with those money bags. Is Schumer kicked out? Thune took over his office. No, he's not kicked out. There's a change of leadership. Thune is the majority leader now. So he has to surrender the office. Della Jeans, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Della Jeans says, I agree, he's jealous. Yes, there is a level of jealousy. You can feel both. But jealousy was so strong, I didn't want it to come out the wrong way. That's why I said, well, maybe I should not use jealousy. Okay, envy and competition for who has more money. He can't come close to where Musk is. So right now, it's like he's driven, more driven than he usually is. And Elon is playing on that as well. Because he's seen Elon's toys. I don't know how many of you remember. Recently, he went to Texas to watch one of Elon's rockets take off. So he's had time to see some of Elon's properties and all assortment of toys and stuff. So, and Elon's airplane is super expensive. It's very sophisticated. It's not like Air Force One, but it has some pretty nice electronics stuff in it. So, and Trump can't afford that. He probably didn't even know about some of that stuff. That's how ignorant he is. So there is a competition going on there too. Okay, so that's really having a detrimental effect or a negative effect on Trump decision making when it comes to us. But it feels like to me, intuitively, when I focus on these people, Trump will do everything in his power, like right now, to get MAGA Mike in, okay, and like they say, the first 100 days, try to enact everything he wants to do, change the government and everything else. Good luck with that. Like I said, he will win some, but the majority, it feels like to me, people are going to start screaming. Yeah, and it's going to come back to bite. And like I said, watch Trump get impeached or booted out again. Next June, I have not looked at his chart, so I don't know what I am feeling. I don't know. Some of you are astrologers or have listened to what the astrologers. Has anyone said anything for next summer? What's coming for Trump? Why am I feeling June is not going to be very good for Trump? Does anybody know astrologically? Because usually what I feel intuitively does match with the energy that is explained in astrological charts. So if anyone knows, I'd be curious. I'm trying to not to start on a new topic. Let me see if I missed anything. Yeah, I think I talk about everything. I simply want to make sure because once I start talking, I lose track of time. But the other dangerous thing, it feels like to me, some Republicans would not mind, and I'm not saying this to scare African Americans, okay? I'm sure all of us are aware that Trump, Elon, and all those people, they're a bunch of bigots and racists, all right? But it feels like to me, the guy from Louisiana, I mentioned his name before, he's in the House leadership. I mentioned his name, the guy who got shot. Let me see. I'm looking for his name. Okay, Scalise. Okay, I don't know what the connection is with DEI and that gentleman who the guy has mental issues, and the other one in Las Vegas as well. Yesterday, guys, there are things I'm a bit concerned about talking about them. Prediction, that is, on here. Okay. But you can make your own, deduct what you want from this. Level something, the gentleman that committed suicide in Vegas, he is still in the military. I would not be surprised. And from what I understand, he's a MAGA or former MAGA or something like that. There are a lot of those people, it feels like to me. Oh, I mentioned this before. Do you guys remember I said there are a lot of people in the Pentagon who are former military. They don't like what's going on. And if Trump thinks he's going to just undo their lives, There will be repercussions. I don't know if you guys remember I said that a while back. I don't remember exactly when. That's when I heard he was MAGA. I'm like, oh boy. And he was still in the military. Yeah. It doesn't bode well. So you guys will deduct what I am saying, okay? This does not bode well for Trump, it feels like to me. So let's see what happens. Let me see if there are any more questions. Diana says, Milu, how many court cases in the next 4 years do you think will be brought from the Democrat fighting corruption? Oh my God. I can't even. It's very hard to get the number, and I'll tell you why, because it's going to be a lot. And let me say this. Civil lawsuits against Trump that are going and more to come. Democrats suing Trump and going after him and DOJ and all that kind of stuff. If Trump does not, for some reason, survive and remain healthy, the next Democratic administration is not going to be like the Biden administration having somebody like Garland in charge. They're going to hit the ground running, and Trump and his family will pay. Watch that space. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know how many of you heard, Biden said they were too slow and too timid or something like that and going after Trump. I'm not sure. I didn't read the article, but I think somebody posted it somewhere. Dan says, I think you should write, Milo, many court cases. Yes, a whole lot of them. And it's not only court cases that are Trump and his family. A whole slew of more people will go to prison. Midway says, you train the military to do one thing. You keep screwing them exactly. I didn't think about it, I just said, but you keep screwing them over and think they won't react. It's crazy. Thank you, Midway. Well put, better than I could. That's exactly, intuitively, you have expressed what I have feeling intuitively. Trump thinks he's going to mess with them and get away with it. And he's going to declare martial law, and he thinks he's going to, like I said yesterday, that S thing Trump says all S countries, well, that S thing goes downhill and no blowback. Watch this space. That's why I said it a long time ago. And yesterday is a beginning. These people have no idea the hornet nest they're poking. My friends, unfortunately, I can't stay very long today. But stay strong. Isabel Caputo says, I expect 4 years of crazy with Trump. It's crazy, is an understatement. I have to go, my friends. Thank you, everyone, for your support. I want to express, my sincere thanks to all of you for supporting me, and those of you who have been with me for a very long time. I really appreciate you all. And I hope this year we have a better year than last, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to continue doing what I do, but I want all of you to know that I appreciate you. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you, chat monitors. I appreciate it. I have to go, unfortunately. Enjoy the rest of your day. If anyone would like a reading from me, feel free to call me on my YouTube number. I will see you all tomorrow on my other channel, and Monday if I don't see you tomorrow evening. And members, I'll see you tomorrow too. Till then, bye everyone.